Hey guys, welcome back to SUP'S Garage. On this video, I'm going to show you how you can use an Amazon ignition to work with your 0607 GSXR 600, 750, and more than likely there's going to be other models you can use this on, as long as you still have the OEM ignition on your bike. Now the reason I'm having to do this on this bike is because the key broke off inside this ignition, and I can get away with the Amazon one only because I still have the OEM ignition, but I'm going to have to remove the inside where the wiring is on this OEM ignition to swap it with the Amazon one for the Amazon ignition can work. And the reason for that is because this ignition has a resistor that the computer has to detect in order for the fuel pump to kick on. Alright, so in my case, I'm going to go ahead and start off by removing this bolt here to prop open the tank because I'm already missing the plastic pieces and the seat itself. So all I got to do is remove that bolt to get further into the air box to get that removed as well. Alright, now that we got that bolt removed, we can go ahead and prop the tank open. Now you don't have to remove the tank completely. As you can see, I usually use a mallet just to hold the tank up. But if you decide to remove the tank, it will be a little bit easier, but it's not necessary. The next thing we got to remove is this air box here. And usually there's a bolt here that you got to remove. It's already missing. So in my case, all I have to do is remove these relays here. And all you got to do is pull them up. Just like that. And now we have this sensor in the middle. You're just going to have to push in the clip and pull up. Just like so. And usually you have to loosen all 4 screws that hold this air box to the throttle body, but in my case somebody has already been in here, so as you can see, if I pull up on it, this is already loose, and it looks like somebody has already replaced these screws as well, which these aren't the correct ones, but it'll work once I put this back on. And before we completely remove the air box, you're gonna have to disconnect this hose that's just connected to the top of the air box. And usually there's a clamp here, but again in my case I don't have it, so I'm just pulling it off. Now we can simply just pull up on the air box to get it out of the way. Alright, and now that we got the air box out of the way, this is the wiring connection we're looking for, because this is what leads to the ignition. As you can see, it just has a clip there. You're just going to push down on it and pull it off. Now at this point we can work on removing the top triple tree, and there's just going to be a bolt on this side and another bolt on this side, and then you got this main nut right here in the center that we got to remove as well. Now in my case I only have this bolt to remove and the middle one. This one's already missing, but more than likely you're going to have 3 to remove on your bike. Now it doesn't really matter what side you start on first. Remember, I'm missing one on the other side, so I'm just going to go ahead and start on this side here. Don't forget to remove the washer that goes on the bottom. Now that my top triple tree is ready to be removed, I usually like to start breaking it loose from the sides by using my pry bar. And sometimes this is good enough to remove the triple tree completely. And if that doesn't work, I usually use my pry bar here in the center. Pry up on it slowly on both sides, little by little. You want to be gentle with it because this piece can bend here, so don't put too much pressure. If it gets hard on one side, just switch to the other up until this piece completely gets removed. Now usually it's not that easy, but as you can see in my case it was. And once it gets to the very top, you should be able to pull this off if you just wiggle it out. I forgot to mention, if you still have this clip coming from the triple tree, you're gonna have to remove this wiring that's holding the left handle wiring down to the fork. Pull that wiring out just like that. And let's try this again. And there we have it. We got the triple tree out. Just pull out the wiring harness to the ignition. And you have it completely out. All right, now that we have the ignition here, we're just gonna turn it around. And as you can see, I'm missing a bolt here, but we're gonna have to remove this bolt here and the one that should be here. Because remember, this is what we wanna remove from the OEM harness, and swap it with this one here coming from the Amazon ignition. Now usually these require Torx bit, but they're going to require the ones with the hole in the center, as you can see here. All right, once you get both of your bolts out, just remove the cover slowly. And here's the bottom piece that we just took out. Now this piece does come off of the black piece you see on the bottom, but I'm just gonna take it out as one piece because it's all gonna go to the other ignition anyway. And I'm just gonna wiggle this out like so. And just to give you a better understanding on why I have to take this one from the OEM one, as you can see, that's the resistor we're gonna need to let the fuel pump turn on. The Amazon doesn't come with that. Now going back to the OEM ignition, there's nothing else we're gonna need from it other than the 2 bolts it has. Now sometimes these come with rivets that you're gonna have to drill out. In my case, I got lucky and I'm just gonna have to use a bigger Torx bit to get those 2 off. And just to let you know, the smaller one I had to use is a size 15. These 2 here are gonna be a size 40, and again, with the hollow piece in the middle. Now, usually these are pretty hard to remove because these have Loctite, so I'm gonna be using my smaller impact to get these out. And as you can see on the bolt, all the thread locker that's used, so it's gonna be real hard to do it by hand. It is possible, but it's just a lot easier to use the impact like I did. All right, for now, we're gonna put the triple tree aside. And now it's time to take apart the Amazon one. Now for this one, I'm gonna need a screwdriver. As you can see, these 2 are screws. We'll go ahead and start removing those 2. Now once you get the cover out of the way, go ahead and just remove the inside like we did the OEM one. All right, now before I put the OEM one into the Amazon ignition, I'm just gonna go ahead and take these pieces apart and go ahead and clean out the contacts pretty good, just to play it safe. Now you don't have to do this, but if you notice they're pretty dirty, it doesn't hurt to go ahead and do that while you're already this far in it. And I'm just gonna use a simple wire brush just to scrub off the surface, just like so, and just wipe it down. Same for this side, it doesn't hurt to scrape it a little bit. Wipe it down as well. And we're good to go. All right, now grabbing the Amazon ignition, we're simply just gonna put this piece back in. Make sure it's all the way down. And now we can grab this piece here. As you can see, it has a shape in there to match up to this centerpiece here. Just make sure you match it to the shape and don't just press it in there, because this piece here turns as soon as you turn the key, allowing all these contacts to touch to turn on the bike. All right, now as far as choosing which bottom piece to go with, it really doesn't matter. The only really difference is the OEM one is metal and the Amazon one is plastic, but they will both work on the Amazon ignition. But I'm gonna go ahead and just use the Amazon one because that's what it came with. All right, so I'm simply just gonna put the bottom cover over it, and I'm just gonna be using the screws that came with the Amazon ignition. And before I put it on the top triple tree, it's best to go ahead and test it just to make sure it turns on the bike. I'm just gonna simply connect it to the harness, like so. All right, now I'm just simply gonna turn the ignition on and we should see power on the bike, but also hear the fuel pump cut on, and we should be able to start it. There goes our fuel pump. We're gonna get it started now. And there you have it. We got a working ignition now. All right, now when putting on this Amazon harness, there's only gonna be 2 downsides that you might possibly run into. One of these holes are not aligned 100%, so you're probably gonna make one of these holes just a little bigger just to put the bolt in. And the other part is, this part might be in your way if you still have it on yours. My fix to this is simply just remove it, because I could just use a zip tie to hold the left side handlebar harness to avoid using that and try to make it work with this ignition. So it doesn't matter which side hole I'm gonna make bigger. You just gotta make it slightly bigger because the hoses here are slightly off, enough to where it's not gonna let you match both of the bolts. So I'm just gonna use this drill bit here and drill right in, straight into it. And there you have it. You can see this one's just a little wider than that one, and this should work. Now, you don't always have to do this, but I've seen on some of them that you do buy, for some reason, that the hoses aren't exactly the same. So just keep that in mind if you decide to do this, that you might just have to drill in that hole just a little bigger. Now we can put our bolts back on. Before I do that, I'm just gonna put a little bit more Loctite on the bottom, just to play it safe. And now we can put our bolts back on. Gonna screw these on by hand first. Now we have our other one. And now that I have both of them screwed down a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and use the impact to bolt them all the way down. And there you have it. And we can go ahead and put this back on the bike. All right, so now that I got the ignition on the top triple tree, we can go ahead and install our top triple tree back onto the bike. Now just be sure you tuck your wiring harness underneath the right side of the frame where it originally was to be able to connect it back onto the harness. All right, got that connected. Now I'm just simply gonna put the top triple tree back in place where it was. All right, now at this point, all I do is use a mallet to push this back down to where it should be. And we're just gonna tap all the way down till it goes all the way flush. Now obviously I do need to go a little bit more down. So what I do when it gets stuck like this, all I do is get a big socket right in the center and it should continue to go down. As you can see there, I just gotta go a little bit more down. All right, and once you know it's all the way down to where it needs to be, we're gonna go ahead and start putting the nut that's in the center back on, along with the washer that goes underneath it. And then go ahead and tighten this nut all the way down. All right, now you can put the side bolts that go here on the side of the triple tree, as well on the other side. Now remember, this bike didn't come with a bolt on this side of the triple tree, but I found one that I can use. All right, now to put the air box back in. And just remember, when you install your air box back in, to tighten all 4 of these screws onto the throttle bodies. And I'm not gonna be able to show you that because it's gonna be kind of hard to put the camera in there, but just keep that in mind. Don't forget to tighten all 4 of those. We're gonna make sure we pull our wires out of the way that sit on top of the air box, which is the 2 relays and the connection for the sensor on top of the air box. And also just make sure this hose is out of the way as well, the one that connects on top of the air box. All right, so once you got your air box tightened down on those 4 screws that go to the throttle bodies, go ahead and connect your sensor on top here. Put both of your relays back onto the tabs. Don't forget to connect the air hose that goes on the back of the air box. And if yours came with a bolt that goes here, go ahead and put that one back on. I found one that I could use to hold this back in place. All right, now we can drop down our tank. And now we can put on the bolt that holds down the tank here in the front. All right guys, and that's gonna be it in my case, because again, I'm missing the side pieces and the seat. Obviously your bike's gonna have that, so just make sure you put those back together and you should be completely done at that point. Now we're just gonna double check that it turns on and we have no issues. As you can see, we got power and the fuel pump's turning on, so that's definitely a good sign. Now let's hear it crank on. So there you have it guys, that's how you install an Amazon ignition on most Gixxer models. And again, this is only gonna work if you still have the OEM ignition. But that's gonna put a wrap on this video guys. Like always, I hope this helps many people out there. Please hit that like button if you like what you see and you like watching videos like this. And like always, continue to share my videos to help other people out there. And please feel free to comment if you've done something similar to this and you have easier or faster ways on doing this to help others out there as well. And if you haven't subscribed already, please help me grow the channel by doing so. And also I'll keep continuing to try to reply to all the comments that are on the videos. But like always, don't forget, God loves every single one of you guys. God bless you guys, and we'll see you on the next video.